This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get up to $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code GOLF SGPN. College basketball is back. Make sure you sub to the College Basketball Experience to catch their daily podcast and download the SGPN app for free college basketball picks. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head to MyBookie.ag, promo code GOLF SGPN. 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code GOLF SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig, you're getting their best prices since they are a market and not a book. Available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action. Novig, promo code SGPN. I'm not sure if any of you listening to this have watched the DFS show earlier, but I completely botched the ads earlier today. It was like borderline like Shane Gillis Netflix special. It was that bad. And I made up for it there. So shout out to me for those ads. But first, shout out to Dom for Michael motherfreaking Brennan winning the Black D, the Black Desert. What a call. Not many people were talking about it. And this show, you brought up Michael Brennan from the absolute rafters, and he got it done. So congrats to you for that. And let's talk about Michael Brennan before we start off.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, wasn't extremely confident, obviously, given the number. And then seeing where he was after Friday really is when I was like, I could see it falling off. I mean, it's his first PGA Tour event of the year. He's in a field full of PGA Tour pros. Like, there's 36 holes left. Something's going to go wrong. And it really didn't until 18.
Yeah, and
a 5-stroke lead.
What the resilience that he showed early on Saturday too was a big talking point in my opinion. Like, he came out the gates, I think, on 2 or 3 with a double on Saturday, and usually like, anyone in that spot like doesn't really recover. And this guy in his first damn start battles back with birdies, has the lead going into Sunday, and hangs there. Hey, what do you have? A 3-shot lead going into Sunday? Like, and he ended up winning by like 3 or 4. So I mean,
and had a 5-stroke lead on 18, and
imagine he blew it on 18.
Went out of bounds. But
imagine he blew it like he made like a 10 on 18. That'd be crazy.
That would have been insane. But even like I sent you a couple tweets, and I know if anyone was here who was watching the Golf Channel, they saw probably what he did off the tee. Like, gained the most strokes off the tee of the entire season in his first start is insane. With the amount of rounds that is tracked, I get that it was easy to find the fairway there, but his ball speed, some of the shots he was hitting off the tee were just unreal.
He had multiple 400-yard drives, and we talked about last week or last event that the driving was on the easier side. But if you missed, especially playing with the lead, like, you can make an 8 out there. Like, you're behind a desert, you're like in the water, you're behind a rock. You could have really boned yourself last week, and he was minting those fairways, not missing by much, and got the job done.
Yeah, stayed locked in. I mean, Matt McCarty last year, kind of in the same situation. He was a newer name. Michael Brennan this year, I don't know. Well, obviously, it's going to be a trend heading into next year, but I don't know if it's one I'm going to follow for 3 in a row.
Could have just been a coincidence, but McCarty was there. He was playing really well too. He didn't had a bad Sunday round, but it was a fun week, and I know you definitely were in tune with that being on Brennan. So another great call for you in the fall. You might be our fall guy, and we got another fall golf tournament this week. We're down in Mexico. So what are you looking for at this golf course?
It's pretty similar to Utah. I don't know if that's kind of how you feel, but off the tee, I mean, very easy to hit fairways. The greens are a little bit easier to hit here.
Yeah. If you're not hitting greens, pack your bags.
Yes. But overall, I baked in a lot of proximity, a lot of approach, birdie makers. I mean, Eckroat won last year at 24 under. EVR won the year prior at 27. So you need someone who's able to go low, and obviously that starts by hitting it close. I am weighing in proximity quite a bit this week.
Yeah, this is a week where, I mean, Eckert's by no means a long hitter, but he hit damn near every fairway. But if you're a long hitter, great. There's multiple ways to get after it. Just like we said in Utah, obviously a long hitter won in Utah, but there was guys who were not as long in Utah in the mix. So
Yep.
um, hit the fairway, whether you're hitting a 7-iron or a 9-iron or a wedge, there, you can hit it to 10 feet. So just this isn't a difficult handicap. We're both gonna find guys that we believe can hit it to 15 feet. It's just a matter of will those guys make the putt. So
Right.
I guess let's get into the leaderboard. Anyone that you like at the top of the leaderboard? I know this. We have a few guys up top. Ben Griffin is the favorite, followed by JJ, Max Grazerman, Higo, Hoey, Thorbjorsen, Olison, and you. That's everyone 10 to 30. So I guess we can group this all together. Is there anyone in this range that you want to give an eye on? If there's two guys here you like, who are those guys?
10 to 30. We talk about it every week in the fall, how kind of
Mm-hmm.
gross it gets up here. I think everyone's priced fairly.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to get to Spawn or Ben Griffin, but it really just doesn't make sense to pay that premium for one of these guys. But the two guys that really have my eye are two guys at 25, Thorbjornsen and Rico Hoy. I mean, not that Rico was putting the lights out, but he definitely showed a little bit watching him at the Black Desert or Bank of Utah, whatever you want to call it. All around, Rico rates out really well for me. 3 top tens in his last 4 starts. He's just playing some really good golf, and I don't think he's exactly priced accordingly, just considering his form.
Yeah, I mean, he literally will have 15 feet or less on every single hole. It's just a matter of he's
Yeah,
ball striking through the moon. He actually showed some signs with the putter in Utah. Obviously, was, I think, runner up to Brennan in Utah, and he lost strokes in the first round and then gained strokes the last 3 rounds. Had some of his best putting in weeks, in months. But
yeah,
there was a time in late 2024 where he went on a run for like 4 months or 3 months of great putting. This could be the start of that for Rico Helly. And if you're a believer in him, I would get on him. I was on him at the Bay Current where he played really well.
yep.
I wasn't on him last week in Utah, which would have hurt if I didn't have him. But I mean, we know what Rico's ball striking is going to be, so he's one of my guys in here too. I like that call.
Yeah, I just think 25 is a great value when you consider form. And like I said, especially on the back nine, I mean, towards the end, he kind of fizzled out, but there were some decent putts that he made down the stretch to kind of keep it close.
How do you feel about Garrett Kickoff this week? I want to, because I'm fading him for sure. I'll probably fade him in a matchup, but the numbers make sense. They do, but he's yet in his career to really like parlay week after week after week after week. It's
I
been
know
random pops. This is probably the best little spurt we've seen.
it probably is. Like
Yeah,
we haven't seen this. I mean, T7 Procore, second at Sanderson, and T4 at the Bay Current.
yeah,
Even like you look at course history, T6 here last year. I mean,
yeah.
it all makes sense. But yes, I believe I'm fading as well.
All right, so
He's
I think
just so
I'm
volatile, like you said. He's never done this, and I guess he's young enough to like maybe he is going to be a guy heading into next year, but I don't know.
I
The
think
numbers gotten out of control.
I think I'm with you exactly in this range. Usually we have 1 or 2 guys differently, but my guys here are probably Rico and Thorbs. If I had to pick one, it would be Thorbs. I
Yeah,
think we're not that he hasn't been playing well and hasn't been popular, but I feel like he's going a little bit under the radar. Like I feel like there's weeks that are just like, all right, it's a Thorbs week. We know he's going to play well, auto Thorbs, but I'm not really seeing that or hearing that from the Twitter sphere right now. Maybe I'm just not online enough this week, but my screen time is probably through the roof, so I am online. So Thorbs, I'm with you there. If I had to pick one, next range we'll go 30 to 45 on DraftKings. We got the Michael Brennan, Wyndham Clark, Keith Pearson, your guy, Nikki T, Jesper, Jacob Bridgman, Grillo, Nico Etch, Kiefer, Takumi, Matt Wallace, and that's it. So 3 guys here that you want to like on that you like, or anyone you
I
like here.
got 2 that I like pretty heavily.
All right, I'll touch on 2 as well.
Obviously Pearson Cootie.
Yep, knew you were gonna get there.
40 to 1 with a top 6 each way. Playing with no pressure, obviously. Got his PGA Tour card through the Corn Ferry's top 20, playing really good overall. I mean, the off the tee is impressive. The approach hasn't been amazing, which is why I'm a little bit hesitant. But T3 at Bank of Utah, T14 at the Sanderson. He was T3 at the 3M earlier this summer. So I kind of like the way Cootie's trending. He's a guy who can make birdies. I think he's a guy who can go low enough to win here. I'm still holding out that I think a win is coming. I do think he's that good. Maybe he needed a little wake-up call to get his PGA Tour card removed and play on conditional status and bounce between what he could get into in the PGA and the Corn Ferry. So I don't mind Pearson Cootie 40-1 with the top 6 each way. And then my second guy is Wyndham Clark.
Wow, I didn't think you were going to get there.
I didn't either. We've talked a lot this year about name value and kind of where guys are at. Like, he is heading into the year the last 2 years, he's been one of the better golfers on the PGA Tour. The form isn't horrible. I mean, he's strung together quite a few cuts made in a row. T4 at the Open, obviously, did decent at the Scottish, and has had some decent approach weeks. I just think it's a good buy low spot at 45-1 with a top 6 each way.
Especially in this field. Yeah, I don't hate it. The putter scares me a little bit. I don't like that he plays a lab putter. He was so good with that jailbird. I don't know why he switched to a lab, but numbers-wise, we know he has the grit and dog to win. I'm going to go with Johnny Kiefer here, around 45-1.
Love it.
Similar to Michael Brennan, if you don't know the name, remember the name. I believe Kiefer won the Corn Ferry Tour. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, number 1 on the Corn Ferry Tour last year. Absolute stud. And he is, I think, 53rd, 52nd in the world ranking. So he's got a lot to play for this week. 50 and below, 50 and higher gets you into the Masters. So he gets into that top 50. He can solidify himself for the Masters. So it's crazy that he's 53rd not being on the PGA Tour. But that's just the state of the world of golf right now. But absolute stud on the Corn Ferry Tour, multiple-time winner, good at everything, birdie maker. So play the hot golfer coming off of a T12, T7. We saw a hot golfer just win with Michael Brennan. So I'm down for Johnny Kiefer around 45, and then Jesper Svensson around 40-1, a guy that I don't really love the approach play, but he's going to bomb it out there, and you look for a hot putter. Jesper Svensson can get the putter out. He's won before on the DP World Tour. So Jesper and Kiefer are going to be my guys in this range.
Yeah, one thing I was going to mention about Kiefer, I saw the Corn Ferry Tour tweeted that he's the first player to win the Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year since Scotty Scheffler in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, that's Scotty Scheffler's a good golfer if you weren't aware. So that's a good person to be
good company to be in.
Yeah, so let's go 50 to 80 after you're done.
Yeah, I'm good for that now. So Jacob Bridgman's 50.
I was going to say Jacob Bridgman.
I don't think I can fade him here. I mean, T14 here last year. The form isn't great overall. I mean, he's been struggling off the tee, which I'm not too worried about. Kind of sucks that he's like only popping around the green,
which means nothing here.
Nothing at all. It's really just me chasing a number, so I'm trying to figure out if I can actually get there. I don't know. It's when I see a number on the book I can get an each way that's that far from the other ones, I usually like to jump on it. I just don't know if I actually will get there. Same thing goes for Luke Clanton at 80.
Luke Clanton is someone that has my eye. Like, he's 80-1 in this field. The dude was like 25-1 last year at this time.
Yeah.
And he's finally putting.
Same thing as the T6 for me with Clanton. Gun to my head, I'm probably just going to take Clanton because he's been making some cuts, and I don't know.
I like Clanton. Someone down here I'll give out is Patrick Fishburne. Patrick Fishburne, I believe he missed the cut in Utah, which is a home game for him. But he's been stringing along. Good approach week, good off the tee week, good putting week. He hasn't really been putting it all together. Finished T12 here last year. It's a golf course that he's going to be very confident with off the tee. Going to bomb it out there and give himself a ton of wedges and birdie looks. We know he can get hot. We know he could get into the mix. And 7,500-1, I'm definitely down for some Patrick Fishburne. And then my second guy in this range, I just had my eye on him. Where did he go? Oh, I think it was going to be Luke Clan.
I think it
I'll go with
was.
Luke Clan. Yeah, I think it was going to be Luke Clan. But you just robbed him for me. So Fishburne is, well, I guess Fishburne will be my guy here. So yeah, anyone else you like down here?
Going down a little bit before we get to the triples. Grayson Sig, a guy who I was on last year with or last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever. Sorry, at the Bank of Utah. For a top 40 at plus 150, he finished T15. Had good lead-in form. I kind of mentioned the back-to-back top 25s. Now he makes that 3 in a row with his finish at Utah. First in approach in the field, second in ball striking to just Rico Hoy. I just think he's extremely underpriced at 90-1. So maybe Grayson Sig's more of a positional play, and you ride that streak of top 25 finishes. Maybe P wins. I mean,
Yeah.
90-1's pretty good value here for a guy with good form.
All right, yeah, let's open it up a little bit. 100-1 and longer. I'm gonna go with first guy Isaiah Salinda. We see him pop at random. The last time I believe was in Mexico about a year ago. It was at the other Mexico event, whatever it's called. But he's coming off a Black Desert Championship in which he gained almost 8 strokes ball striking, one of his best ball striking weeks of his career. He's got a new caddy in the bag. I believe it's Joel Damon's old caddy. He's not putting, I will tell you that. So it might be better positional than anything. But I believe in the ceiling for Isaiah Salinda. I think he could be a great selection this week.
I saw his approach numbers and everything pop last week as well. He was a guy who stood out to me. I'm going to go to 125-1 with Sammy Valimaki. Pre-tourney withdrawal last week. Not sure what happened with where he's at in the FedEx Cup fall. It was kind of odd to see him back out. I don't think there was any injury designation or anything. But anyways, he's 103rd in the FedEx Cup fall. Form isn't great, but his proximity numbers are, especially as of late. I don't know why, but like I said earlier at the top of the show, if you're putting it close, giving yourself a chance at birdies, I'm willing to give you a shot. So Sammy Valimaki at 125-1 for a guy who's been hitting it close, and he's gained in 3 straight on approach. So gonna go there and click the each way button as well.
Yeah, I do like that. Another guy that I like top 20 is Ben Cole. Sorry, not top 20 to win is Ben Coles. Ben Coles, I believe, is 110-1 in some spots, but he is absolutely striping it and finally had a decent putting week. It wasn't decent. It was like around field average, which has been better than what he's been showing. So hopefully it's heading in the right direction. That's Ben Coles, 110-1.
He rates out extremely well for me, and he was another guy who just his proximity. I mean, if I went 10 rounds or 25 rounds, I mean, he was right up there. He's been playing great, and he is a guy I'm definitely looking at as well.
Yeah.
My last guy for an outright would probably be Emilio Gonzalez. Another Corn Ferry guy. Currently Mexico's only PGA Tour member heading into the 2026 season.
Home game.
He was 5th in overall money on the Corn Ferry Tour, made 19 to 25 cuts with a win, 7 additional top 10s. And I looked to see how far he grew up from the course. He grew up in San Miguel, just a short 27-hour drive over to the course here. So probably played it
growing up
and everything. So that checks out with Emilio Gonzalez here at 125-1.
That every few days he'd be out there getting his reps in because he knew the resort course was gonna call his name one of these days. What a call, Emilio. All right, let's wrap it back around. Let's each give 3 outrights, 2 positionals, and a matchup. I'll start us off with an outright, a guy that I did not mention. It's going to be Nico Echeverria at 40-1. We know he's going to get clean lies, and everyone knows if Nico Echeverria has clean lies, he's going to make birdies. It's not a thing that I say. The dude led the tour in par 3 birdie better percentage. He is an absolute problem with the clean lie. So Nico Echeverria will be my first guy at 40-1.
All right, I'm going to stay in that same range and go with Wyndham Clark at 45-1. Like I kind of said earlier, chasing the name value. Wyndham Clark is one of the better and most prolific players in this field, I would say. He's strung together a lot of made cuts, and I think the 45-1 is really good value on Wyndham Clark.
I'll go Patrick Fishburne as my second one. Everything I said before, he's piecing together a good approach, good off the tee, good putting. If he could put it all together, he could be in for a great week, and he's done it here before. So Patrick Fishburne would be my guy.
I am going to ride the wave with Grayson Sigg at 90-1. 3 straight top 25s, led the field in approach in Utah and was second in ball striking. So I'm going to go Grayson Sigg 90-1. And then I think we might as well team ride Luke Clanton at 80.
I was going to say
and
Clanton.
Just do a combined
squad ride.
Third guy in. This could be the week.
Yeah, Luke Clanton will be my guy there. I'll start us off with a top 20, and my first one is going to be Nick Dunlap, 5-1. It finishes at the top 20. Golf course where driving doesn't really mean everything. It doesn't. You don't have to drive it anywhere. If Nick Dunlap can just hit some fairways, the approach play, the putting, everything else has been fine. And this is a golf course where you can kind of spray it. So Nick Dunlap, 2-time PGA Tour winner, 5-1 to finish inside the top 20.
I have 2 pretty gross top 40s.
Okay, let's hear them.
First one is Adam Schenk.
I love Adam Schenk. No, I love it.
3 straight cuts made, was 5th in proximity over the past 25 rounds. And my second one is Paul Peterson at plus 190. He was 51st at the Bank of Utah, finished 3rd in approach and dead last off the tee. But he's 2nd in driving accuracy this season. Something doesn't add up. I assume he gets back to normal off the tee, and if his approach stays hot, I think Paul Peterson's worth a look as a top 40.
All right, I have one more top 20. It's a 4-1 on Trevor Cone, top 20. He gained strokes in every tee to green category for the first time since 2023. That tells you his game is in a good spot, and we've seen him get into the mix in easy scoring conditions before. He's long off the tee, and I believe he is a guy who could make something happen this year. So Trevor Cone, get ahead of him, 4-1, top 20.
Mountain
matchup each. You want to start us off?
Yeah, I will go. I'm going to actually pick on Max Grazerman this week.
I like that.
His proximity hasn't been all that great. I know he had the 2nd place at the Zozo, played well here last year, but I'm going to take Rico Hoy at minus 110 over Max Grazerman.
I like that a lot. I'm going to go with one that I probably believe we're both on. That's Michael Thorbjornsen, minus 115 versus Garrick Higgo.
Yes.
Simply both high on on Thorbjornsen and low on Garrick Higgo.
Yep.
I really think a poor week is going to be coming from Higgo, so I will take that matchup all day. Oh, did Tom go?
We're back.
You gone for 1 second.
I know. I love that matchup.
Yeah. Well, did you just click the button or something?
I didn't do anything.
That's crazy, but we're here. But perfect timing. Well, yeah, that wraps it up at the exact perfect timing. That was funny. But Dom, let's go back to back. Let's go back to back fall winners. Hopefully,
let's do it.
It could be clan, so we can both get some juice. But thank you for joining me. Shout out your Vikings. A big win. You were at the game.
Huge. Was there.
Hope you had a good time. Was it a good time?
It was a great time. Yeah. Pretty stress free. Outside of the Lions scored the TD, but then after that, when they tied it, it was pretty stress free. It's the first win I've seen in Ford Field in a few years. I've been to quite a few games there, and that was one of the more enjoyable ones.
What a win. What a win. So shout out you a lot for Michael Brennan. Shout out the Vikings, and we will catch you guys next tournament. Don't know what it is, but I will know in a week. So catch you guys soon. Peace out.
See ya.